And welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another weekend edition of the Code for Giants Cup, week number 23, your bi-weekly dose or your fortnightly dose of Brazilian StarCraft. I'm Coach ZvP, and with me I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in the chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all to some early morning Brazilian StarCraft action. Here we go, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Frost Sign, we have the Brazilian Zerg player, the Red Zerg. It is DakkoN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, also in Land Brazil, representing Xemia's Gaming. It is Void. We go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we do settle into our initial matchup, into our initial best of 3. Here we go. Oh my god, as we open up with a cannon rush. Let's go. Forge has been thrown down. Cannon rush is upon us. Void popping off already here. When it comes to the rest of the bracket, we'll be jumping in once we wrap up with the initial matchup here. Once we wrap up with our best of 3, DakkoN, he will scout. Thankfully, does have an overlord here above his natural. Now he sees, now he knows, he's aware of the cannon rush. DakkoN, he is aware. The boys are being pulled, and we'll see if we can get on top of that cannon. So far, decent wall, but the probe is under fire. The probe is going to go down, and alas, I believe the cannon is going to be out of range here of the expansion. So from here, DakkoN, he pulls away, cancels the base. I'll be honest, I don't think he really needed to. He could have committed. There are cancellations on the pylon, and now we're getting ready for a longer game state. Void, he sends out a second probe to continue this aggression. And again, I do think that DakkoN did overreact just because the cannon can't really threaten the hatchery. Could have finished it, could have gone into his link production and saved that expansion. Meanwhile, switching into roaches. Okay. Roach 1 has been thrown down. Gases are being taken as well. Not wasting any resources on lings or even any queens, not yet. Just going for his tech, going for his gases, building up into his roach aggression himself, as Void has not expanded. Yeah, no expansion under Void. Ooh, Cybercore is late for Void as well. So again, it's been a very chaotic game state, and that will slow him down. He's going to try to slowly lay siege upon this location here, cutting off that ramp, cutting off this location, throwing down those cannons, and we'll see if he can gain any ground here. Oh boy. We'll see if he can gain ground. For now, roaches are going to be amassing. Roaches are building up. Roach is going to be building up, getting to Ravager production. Void has yet to scout and yet to confirm what's going on. He's moving out with another probe. He can attempt to cannon rush this location. He's going for a proxy robo, but again, the robo is so late. And as these roaches morph in, they do need to morph into Ravagers. Ravagers to break out, to break through. See if they can. Roaches, they do somewhat break out. So they do snipe one of the probes. They can even go across the map. But now, a decent angle here on the robo, actually. Oh my god! Yeah, the robo is under fire. Stalker's about to pop. The robo is going to take a lot of hits, a lot of losses. I'm loving the shuffling of these units. Does shuffle them away. Can, of course, morph them into Ravagers. First Ravagers being morphed in. First 2 Ravagers. The robo as well, taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. Oh, there we go, morphing in another Ravager. One Ravager is denied. And the Robo's going to finish. Where are the rest of the roaches, by the way? I mean, we could be helping these roaches that are just chilling here at the natural. Yeah, it does feel a little bit late as a response. Roaches, now they get activated. They take a lot of hits. The Robo could have gone down, but alas, now it's getting up and running. At DakkoN, he had the army. Now, not anymore. Not against now the cannons and shield batteries that are set up. The Immortal has arrived. Again, that was almost a beautiful response here from DakkoN, but did leave his army idle. He can still try to punish this. Does trigger the shields. Going for the Immortal. Oh, nice volleys. Yeah, the Immortal is going to go down. Massive pickup. Ling's able to reinforce. Void does overextend. Does end up overextending. So decent recovery here from DakkoN. Likewise, should be building up more roaches. Link speed is on the way. Catching up with the chat. Yo, shout out to Ice down in the chat. Chihuahua as well. Big Mac. Pecueta, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal? God. Oni-chan back. You're an animal. You're an animal. Este Pecueta. So we are building up. Again, we have plenty of lava thanks to the second hatchery. The first immortal is out, second immortal is on the way. And really, DakkoN, I'm sure, is hoping that his opponent overextends. His opponent just overextends. Onto creep once again. Speaking of, yeah, Lings, they collapse in for a surround. Yeah, they will try to lock down that immortal. They catch the stalkers. Oh, next best thing. They get everything. Yeah, the stalkers, the immortals, all gonna be just completely cleaned up. Everything goes down. GG gets called, and DakkoN, he will take game number 1. Will survive the cannon rush. GG. Ooh, GG, well played. Again, a very intense game here, starting things off with a cannon rush of all things. And DakkoN, DakkoN, he had a great response. He had a great response to it, to be able to keep a cool, calm, and collected head, able to punish and kill the first probe, able to get his natural up and running, and be able to surround said immortals. Even though there were maybe some missed opportunities here and there, overall he did respond very nicely. GG. GG, well played. With that, DakkoN takes a lead in the series, but this is still a best of 3. We'll see if Void can bounce back. Likewise, exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. We'll be going with the bracket after this series. The bracket is stacked, like always, but we are missing a key player here. Just as a heads up, this week there is no Eric. Unfortunately, no Eric here in this week's Code for Giants Cup. He was here for the previous edition, but not for this one. So unfortunately, a little bit unavailable, so he won't be featured here tonight. But it also means that some of these other players have a chance to win it all. As we lose Eric, we actually gain Inexorable. Inexorable has also been inactive. If you remember, the reason for this is because Inexorable, he was otherwise busy with his studies. He was busy with exams, I believe college exams. So because of that, he was not available to actually compete in the past couple of Code for Giants Cups and Amanthus as well. But now he's here. Now he's back. So great to see Inexorable return. He does return to us after like a month-long hiatus. And we'll see how he compares to everyone else in that hiatus, right? I imagine he's been practicing a lot less just because of the break. And how does he compare? Coming into this, I would have said that Inexorable, he is the #1 Terran of the Brazilian region. I think I still stand by that, but how does he compare to the other top players? To Dominoko, to Kamikaze, to Yan, and to Master. We'll get there, we'll get there. Oh, hello, ¿qué tal? Late Chrononaut. Ah, ¿qué tal, man? ¿Qué tal? Good to see you. Oh, un momento. So I was just fixing up the green screen, at least as much as I could. So we're now getting ready here for our next game. Game 2 is going to be on Amygdala. Let's go. Here we go. As Amygdala, of course, is one of the larger maps of the map pool, but based on how Void opened up, it's possible that he might just commit to pure aggression here. I'm not too familiar with him as a player. I don't know if he's willing to cheese it up and that's all he does, or if he can macro as well. It's possible. We could see some macro instead. We could see a bit of a longer game state, a standard opener even. Crazy, I know. Possible. We'll find out. We will find out as spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala. We have the red Zerg player, the red Zerg player himself from Brazil. It is DakkoN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, going for the low ground setup instead. This time not going for the cannon rush. We have the Brazilian Protoss player representing Ximi's Gaming. It is Void. Void is here. Void has arrived. And it looks like we're setting up for a much more standard opener. We could still go like gate forge or some kind of like low ground like forge setup here. Little forge pass expand, but no, here we go. Standard opener, gate expand into cybercore. This time going for the probe scout. This time no cannon rush. Let's go. Let's go. Animal. Animal. Yeah. Absolute animal. As Void is moving out. Likewise, back home, a hatch pool opener here out of DakkoN, so very safe setup out of our red Zerg player. It's going to be quite safe. We're going for the Eric. Hatchery into spawning pool into a backup hatchery on the low ground into no gases. Oh my god, Bappy, he is an Eric connoisseur. Okay, I see you. Oh my god. So we don't get to see Eric on the bracket, but we have Eric in spirit here as DakkoN, he does harness his inner Eric, his inner kangaroo, if you will. Love to see it. And we'll see how well he can execute this build, by the way. So for those that are curious, the purpose of this opener, I mean, it's honestly quite greedy. It's quite greedy here. You do ideally skip your overlords. Your hatcheries make up for that. You also want to skip your second queen as well. Drone up as hard as possible. Get into eventually your link speed as well. Get into your third expansion. Your third expansion should not be too far away. Bear that in mind, DakkoN, as we should be soon taking our next base. This is a little bit more delayed here, but the expansion is on the way. There we go. Third hatchery is being taken. From here, hatchery is now done. Not supply blocked. From here, we can spread creep as well. And this can lead into roach play. This can lead into muta play as well. Eric is very fond of going into mutas from this position. So we'll keep an eye on DakkoN. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have a Void. Ooh, overreacting. Shield battery is on the way. With that shield battery, again, that is in a way wasted resources here. It does go for Stargate, open it into Oracle. I don't know if Void has actually seen this before. He's from the Brazilian scene, so he should be aware of the Eric build. Should be. As the Overlord does dip in. Gets eyes, does confirm the opener. Is aware. Likewise, DakkoN setting up his spore crawlers in the bases. Now getting another queen. From here, we should be seeing said safety roach one. We have a phoenix on the way here at a Void. Okay, that I was not expecting. No kangaroos. And DakkoN is going for an early lair timing. Okay, so 4-minute lair timing here out of DakkoN. Oracle will confirm. Does hit the main. So far, no major kills. Nice. Spore tricks here. Moving in those spore crawlers. The Oracle is going to be zoned away. Now, I'm concerned by lack of roach warren. Gases are being taken because of lack of roach warren. It does seem like DakkoN from here is going his own way, forging his own path, and this does feel like muta play, I would assume. The other option, of course, is to go into a Hydra-based all-in. That is also a viable option, I suppose, here for DakkoN. I'm not too fond of Hydra all-ins here on Amygdala of all maps, but it is something that is available to him. I'm still leaning towards Spire though. Spire and mutas. Oh no, there it is. Hydras. So it is not going to be the Spire, it's going to be the Hydra instead. As I did mention, this was an option here for DakkoN. Based on the fact that there's no Eva chambers, there's no +1, there's no Roach Warren either. This does look like a Hydra based all-in, assuming that we do not saturate the fourth. Meanwhile, Stasis goes off. Oh, does catch out the Queen. Not bad. Queen gets scored out. And we'll see how hard DakkoN drones. Now, the other option here outside of a Hydra-based all-in is that we could try to rush into an infestation pit, but yeah, the Hydra upgrades are on the way. Still 0 Evo chambers. Getting into Overlord speed. As Void is setting up defensively. Late Evo Chamber on the way here for DakkoN, so it looks like he's still going to be macroing up out of this. He's taking his gases, 4th expansion, and this Evo Chamber tells us he will invest into the upgrades, so we go +1 range on the way. So this is a little bit inefficient here from DakkoN. Ideally, if you're going to be going for an upgrade setup like this, you want an earlier Evo Chamber, so you can maintain your upgrades a little bit faster. But he is amassing pure Hydra, just pure Hydras here. Lings can be a supportive unit. Oh, Oracle overextends. And from the side of Void, what exactly are we building up? We're going double Robo, double Immortal production. This would be amazing against Roach-based play, but against something like Mutas or something like Hydras and Pure Hydra as well, like it's going to be an odd one, an interesting one. No splash damage yet from Void. Now, he can work towards Storm. Templar Crab's on the way, so Storm, Archon, Immortal can trade very well, but I believe DakkoN should be able to get online first. He should be able to. And he breaks out. Does focus on those rocks. And Lings are amassing. You can see he's taking up into Hive. I do think that if he really wanted to, this Hive could have been earlier as well. But regardless, he still has map control. He's going for the 4th base, and he should be able to force a cancel. Stasis gets triggered. They go for the expansion. Should be able to deny the Nexus. Immortals are going to be revealed. And I feel like DakkoN has to calm down a little bit here. He does get us around on one of the Immortals though. Yeah, he gets one. One Immortal goes down, heads into the mineral line. Oh. Likewise dancing with the army, picking up more workers. That's going to be 10, 11, 12 workers going down. Very nice damage, very nice whole position micro as well out of DakkoN. He just reinforces, he just rallies across the map, just reinforce. The Immortals on their own, they're just exposed, they're vulnerable. They don't trade amazingly against Lings or Hydras, and they're all going to go down. DakkoN, he will break this position, he will snowball out of control, takes down the Immortals one after the other. Starts heads forward, and DakkoN, he will overwhelm. Again, Void just had a shaky start here. Going Mass Immortal like this, as we mentioned, is amazing against Roach-based play, but not against Ling Hydra. Not against this army. What was needed? Storm. Storm is done. High Templar warping in, but there were no Storms ready here to defend the 3rd base. And with that DakkoN, he has done it. He has broken the 3rd. From here, he can push in towards the natural. We have Viper production behind this. A little bit unnecessary, but sure, yeah. I mean, he just go for Vipers, go for Lunkers. DakkoN, he can go for whatever he wants. Ever he so chooses. And I appreciate the opener. The opener was an Eric opener, but the follow-up was his own. Follow-up was his own. Here moves in. Voids are being pulled. High Templar going to be going down. And DakkoN, again, he has now broken the natural and the main. Gets into the mineral lines. Worker's going to be going down. We get one Storm here on the Hydras, but GG gets called, and DakkoN will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the round of 16. GG. Whew. GG, well played. DakkoN, he will claim the series, and DakkoN, he will advance on his next round. My condolences to Void, but a shout out to Void as well for competing, of course, for popping off with a crazy cannon rush in game 1, and even here going to double Robo, double Immortal in game 2, which is not standard. It's not standard, you know, he was going for his own style as well. Unfortunately, Void wasn't really too concerned with what the Zerg player was up to, and as a result, he wasn't able to adapt to the Hydra composition of DakkoN. He was kind of doing his own thing instead, and with that, he got caught with his pants down. With his pants down. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we can catch up on the bracket. You can catch up on the bracket here. Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourself.